Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Scott's Maths Made Simple. Tonight we're going to be doing indices. And tonight's a special night. I've got an assistant with me. She's a student, Sophia. This is Sophia. She's learning maths.
Hi guys.
And she's going to show you how easy it is to do indices.
Yes.
Okay, thanks Sophia. Well, often in your maths book you'll see something really boring like a to the m times a to the n equals a to the m plus n. Now, that looks like French or Latin to me, and I don't speak either of those languages. It means nothing. So let's put in some simple numbers, because I've always found in maths, if you put in or substitute in simple numbers, sometimes it starts to make sense. So let's say, you notice A and A are the same, okay? So you've got to remember this is the same number each time. What would happen if A equals 10? So, and what would happen if m equals 2 and n equals 3? We start to see something much simpler. So this would be 10 to the m power, which is 2, times 10, again, because it's the same a, it's the same 10, to the third power, equals 10 to the 2 plus 3, which equals 10 to the fifth. But let's see if that's right. What do you think, Sophia? Do you think you can figure that out?
Yeah, sure. So 10 times 10 is 100.
Yep.
Times 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000.
That's right. 10 cubed is 1,000.
Yep. So 100 times 1,000 is 100,000.
Perfect. Is
Which is
100,000? 10 to the fifth.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Cool.
Great. Good on you. So Sophia's showing us just how easy this is. Especially if you substitute in simpler numbers instead of A's and M's and N's, it starts to make a lot more sense. Let me show you something else. What about the next thing you'll see in your textbooks is probably a to the n on a to the m equals a to the n minus m. Agreed? But once again, it's gobbledygook. So what if I were to say to you, I like porridge? Well, that would be a ridiculous thing to say, and I'm just saying that to see if you're listening. Okay, I'll be sensible. Let's let a equal 10. And again, n equals, let's let it equal 3. So 10 cubed over 10 squared. Apparently, that equals 10 to the 3 minus 2, which equals 10 to the 1. Is that right, Sophia? Can you show us with this fraction here?
Yeah, sure. So that again is 1,000
That's right.
over 100, which equals
10. That's right. Exactly.
and that is 10
To the 1. Exactly the same thing. That's right. Anything to the 1 power is itself. That's very good, Sophia. You did very well. So that's dividing indices. But again, don't forget it's A and it's A. It's not A and B. They're the same numbers. The next thing you'll see in indices is A to the M to the N. That equals A to the M times N. It's not plus, it's times when you've got a bracket there. We could substitute in numbers again, but if you try it, it works out exactly the same as we did last time with the 10 and the 3 and the 2 or whatever you want to put in. So just remember that if it's a bracket, you times the indices or the powers. I want to remind you of one more thing. A to the 0 equals 1. Any number to the 0 power equals 1. except for 0 itself. So A cannot be 0. So A, any number except 0, any number, to the 0 power equals 1. Just an important thing to remember. So if we have, so far we've only used A's, but say we had A, B, and we put that to the n power, it equals A to the n times B to the n. It's quite a different thing, and some of these you've just got to remember. So it's A to the n times B to the n. Don't forget there's a little times sign here. AB means A times B. So AB in brackets to the nth power equals A to the n times B to the n. I'm sure Sophia would agree with us there.
Yes.
Good. Now the final thing I'm going to do, two more things, very simple. What about if A is divided by B and to the n power? Some of this you could almost guess. That equals A to the n over B to the n. Simple as that. So each one goes to that power of n by itself and you get rid of the brackets. That's what happens there. I'll just remind you, I know you don't need reminding, that A to the power of 0 equals 1, where A is not equal to 0. For every number except 0, A to the 0 equals 1. Okay? That's my little abbreviation for where. And finally, A to the minus n. What do we do with negative powers? Well, it's like inverting it. It's like it's upside down. It actually equals 1 on A to the n. So a lot of these indices are really quite simple. You've just got to remember what to do. And you've got to be careful that if there's A and B, it's a different situation to just having A's or the same number each time. So I'd just like to thank my special guest tonight, Sophia. Thank you for helping me with this. You've shown everyone how easy it can be and how interesting it is.
Yes.
I'm sure you spent a lot of time thinking about maths.
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you for having me here.
That's okay.
Thanks for watching. Like
Thank
and
you.
subscribe.
Thank you for helping. Bye-bye.